Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Srimate Lakshmi Nrusimha Parabrahmane Namaha. Pranams to all. All through these episodes, we are divinely experiencing the several aspects of Lord Nrusimha, his temple, the stories, etc. This week about the modesty, the simplicity with which he presents himself, even though he puts himself into numerous troubles of his own. Lord Narayana is the only one who rushes to safeguard the interest of his devotee, like Lord Nrusimha as an avatar did for Prahlada. In Mathura, there was a devotee of Lord Krishna whose devotion towards the Lord is boundless. He usually fills up the pot he has in his house with buttermilk, butter, and wait for Lord Krishna to turn up and take them, swallow them. His name is Tatipantan. One day, he decided to buy a big earthen pot for the Lord and fill it with Krishna's favorites. So he bought a very big pot, that much bigger, which can accommodate a person inside. After cleaning it and keeping it, he went inside the kitchen to bring some buttermilk or butter to fill the pot. In the meantime, Lord Krishna himself, who stole and ate some butter in some lady's house, came running to this Tadipantan's house, chased by Yasoda and the gopis. He climbed the earthen pot, jumped into it and closed the lid. Tadipantan watched this and he immediately sat on the lid, the opening sealing it. Now came Yashoda and others looking for Krishna, and they were replied by Tadipantan with a big no. He didn't come here. He lied and everyone went away. Now Lord Krishna started suffocating, finding harder to breathe, and he pleaded the person sitting on the lid to open the lid. Now is the golden opportunity when Krishna is held up as a captive, that too with you. Tadipantan decided to blackmail Krishna, saying, "If I had to relieve you from this path, then you should promise me to relieve me from these worldly affairs and give me the biggest edge of all, the salvation, the liberation, the moksha." Krishna couldn't hold back his breath and he instantly promised, "I gave you moksha not only for you, also for this earthen pot that is holding me." The lid was open, Krishna came out smiling, and now the purpose, the Pushpaka Vimana, the heavenly divine flight, came there, taking Tadipantan to the abode of Lord Narayana. And miraculously there was a separate seat for the earthen pot, as promised by Krishna. It is said that if you were to go to Vaikunta, the pot is there seated along that attain moksha. This story is a beautiful example of how Lord Narayana, our Nrusimha, the Krishna, is fond of all the things that were constituted by him, and he even grants them moksha if they show their love towards the Lord. Two Lakshmi Nrusimha temples this week. First one is Melkot near Mysore, which is the abode of Lord Cheluva Narayana with his consort, the Thayar Edugiri Nachya. This temple has lot of significant specialities attached to it. Let us concentrate on the Yoga Nrusimha, who is seated at the top of the hill with a majestic, attractive posture that gives you goosebumps seeing him. After the Nrusimha Avatara time, Prahlada was highly worried. Though he was a good ruler, he had a guilty conscience, picking him, saying he was responsible for the death of his father Hiranya. Now, he came to Melkot to perform some prarthana, parihara, to wane off that sin. He bought the big Nrusimha Shaligrama that he had and placed it atop the hill and started doing yajnas and pujas. That Shaligrama Murti got seated here as the Archa deity and became the attractive Nrusimha Murti as of today, which we are having darshan. With time, this temple went in covered by thick forests and bushes, and it was Lord Ramanuja, the Empermanar, who, when he came here, discovered the temple and opened up for usual regular prayers and pujas to be done. Don't forget to visit the Nrusimha in Melkot near Srirangapatna, near Mysore. The next divine Nrusimha Kshetra is the Singha Perumal Kovil or Padalatri. The temple situated between Thambaram and Chengalpet in Chennai. The beautiful, majestic Nrusimha Swami, situated on the top of a small hill to give his Kadaksha, his Anugraham. The rock-carved temple is the divine abode of Paraladri Nrusimha with the divine Thayar consort Ahobila Valli. The speciality of this Nrusimha is that when the priest, the butter, shows Aarti for the main deity, the Paraladri Nrusimha, they show you the third eye of the Ugra Nrusimha Swami. The name of the Urchava deity is Prahalada Varadan, and the temple dates back to more than 1,000 years before. Please do pay a visit to this Paraladri Nrusimha. Devata Karya Siddhyartham Sabhastamba Samudbhavam Shri Nrusimham Mahaviram Namami Runamuktaye Lakshmya Lingita Vamankam Bhaktanam Varadayakam Shri Nrusimham Mahaviram Namami Runamuktaye. This is Runa Vimochana Stotram. Hey Lakshmi Nrusimha, to fulfill the needs of all the devas, to evade their feelings of fear for the Asuras, you appear from a big pillar, the Stambam. I pray you, the great Nrusimha, to get rid of my debts that are being carried over Janmati Janmas for lot of my birth. The all-pervading Mahavishnu, who holds God Mahalakshmi, embraced on his left side, the great Lord who fulfills or grants the wishes of his Bhagavatas. I pray you, please get rid of my Runa, the depths that is running for lot of Janmas. I pray to your lotus feet to do Sharanagati to get rid of this Samsara Shagara. Srimate Nihamanta Mahadeshikaya Namaha.